Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I want to walk through how do you develop vision for your life. Now, developing vision has been one of the difficult parts of my life. It's been really a challenge over the years to figure out what do I want my life to look like? Because I feel like I can do whatever I feel like I can do a lot. I feel like I have a lot of opportunity. I feel like that, I feel like I could do a lot, but what do I actually want to do? How do I want to spend my time? What kind of person do I want to be? Now, in this video, I want to walk you through some of my thoughts and experiences that I've learned on how do you actually develop this vision for your life. So, yeah, if you can stick to the end, that would be great, just so you can really hear the kind of bulk of the thoughts in this of this video, just so it's kind of well-rounded. Now, the first, when you think about how do you develop vision for your life, in other words, it's basically saying, what do I want my life to look like? It's a question of what do I do? Right now, the way you figure out like what do I do with my life is you firstly, need to have clarity, right? And how do you get this clarity? You need to have experiences, right? Now, experiences, why when you say experiences, like why is that important? You know, the reason experiences are important is because it's formative, right? Formative, what does that mean? You know, Formative meaning you're going to learn positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. Positive meaning I want to do this thing again. Negative meaning I don't want to do this thing again. It's really the two big motivations in psychology. It's the run towards motivation. It's like think about like you see a goal, you're running towards that picture 100-meter runner. You're running towards a goal, right? But the negative side is the like say there's like a fire or like there's a bear chasing you. There's two motivations, the positive and then the away from negative motivation, right? And you're going to learn through experiences. Do you want to repeat that or do you want to avoid that? Right. So as we unpack, so when you get down to it, you need to have experiences because then you're able to inform your opinions, right? And then you're going to be able to get to values. Now we'll get to values in a second. With experiences, there's different kinds of experiences, right? Firstly, the one we're talking about right now is life experience. So when you put your hand on the stove, you're going to be like, "Ow, that hurts." You're not going to do that again, right? Unless you're weird and you want to do that. Um, right. Now, it's not just your own life experiences, but you can have experiences from other people, right? Like who? Your parents, right? Your parents help when they go as a kid, they help give you their experience. And at one point you might like not listen to that, but you're learning from their experience. There's other family members, you're learning from their experience, and you can choose to act on that or not. There are mentors and coaches and pastors and leaders that you've interacted with that you're taking their experience and that's helping to, give you your opinion. Do you run towards that? Do you run away from that? Right? And not just the people in your like physical circle, but there's books and mentors from afar, people that you probably would never meet in person, but you can hear their opinions. They don't even have to be alive today to be hearing their opinions and thoughts. And even, the big book, the big book of the Bible, right? You're learning from people's experience and you're choosing to run towards that or run away from that based on your your opinion on what you want to do. And really what it comes down to is awareness. There's not necessarily like this is the faith talk or whatever, but in the Bible there's a verse that says, how are people going to know if they don't hear? And that really is what it comes down to in terms of developing vision for your life. If you don't have the right awareness and information, how are you going to be able to decide something that you don't already know? Right. So really the big key, but bringing down to vision is getting awareness and emotional experience of do you want to run towards that or do you want to run away from that? And even with experiences, it's even you can take it one step further to it doesn't even have to be real. You can read fiction, fiction or fake books, or you can be reading, or watching fake fake meaning like made up kind of movies, or it's just really all about getting experiences. And to go one step further, what did the experiences give us? Our experiences give us thoughts. Yes, obviously it's a new way of thinking. But then the thoughts that we decide to sit on and make our own, they become our values, right? So our values will help become the filter, basically, of what we want to run towards, what we want to run away from. Now, there's a lot more we could unpack with that, but that's the first part of what I wanted to kind of share in this video is really encouraging you to have experiences, listen to other people, learn from other people's learn from other people's experience. Like you don't have to be the one to be doing the life experience. You can basically hack the system and hear from other people who have had life experience, and you can take that on to help develop vision for your life. So if you're struggling and like I have no idea what to do with my life, I don't know where to go. First thing I would say is you've had life experience. You've had life experience. Now the question is, are you aware of what your life experience has taught you? Because even if you just sat at home for the past 2 years and just went to work and came back and then have been on Netflix and doom scrolling, you've still learned something. You've learned that maybe you don't want to live like that, or maybe you learned you do want to live like that, or maybe you learned that you like this role, or maybe you don't like there's gems within you that you would have learned whether we realize it or not. So that's the first thing, is really getting awareness of your own life experience. And that's the first step. But then secondly, as you kind of get more awareness, learn from other people. And there's a million and one ways you can do that, but learn from other people, expose yourself to new ways of thinking, see what other people's lives are like, and you're going to help develop more of your values. And from that place, that's really where you can sets the groundwork for developing vision for your life.